come with that heat. We got skip on the.
Cut the music. Cut the music. I was talking to my producer. Ooh. All right. I can do this. I can do this. First of all, want to give a shout out. Congratulations to my boy Scotty, Jason Swain, all the Bears fans that have good intentions, you know. We like to talk trash back and forth. I'm taking a peek at the chat. I'll get to the chat in a second. Wow. 21-3 at half. Wow. I'm honestly kind of speechless. I am holding back tears right now. Would the Packers have won without or with Malik Willis? Probably not. Probably not. Because we didn't win with Jordan Love. And it's not Jordan Love's fault. He tied the franchise record for touchdown passes in the postseason, done twice by Aaron Rodgers, once by Bart Starr, once by, can't remember. 4 touchdown passes. Man. All right, I'll start being entertaining in a second. Packers fall, big time. I mean, it was just one of those things where we had the game won, then we had the game lost. Okay? And there's nothing necessarily we can do about it as of right now. I'll get to that game in a second. I was just getting it ready. Yeah, McManus, 7 points, unreal. Agreed. Might I remind you, we brought in a substitute teacher in the middle of the season when McManus went down who kicked a franchise record field goal attempt. I think it was 61 yards, 62 yards maybe. And he made it, set the franchise record. I think kicked for us for a week or two. And we sent him packing. McManus was dealing with an injury. He's missed field goals all season, at least since the injury. It's a hamstring or something. Missed extra point. 2 missed field goals. The one before half, I felt like, if we can get these 3 points, it's 21-3 at half. If we can get these points right here, just a little bit more cushion, a little bit more room. And he missed it. It was a good job by Ben Johnson. Definitely a good job by Ben Johnson and company in the second half. But Ben Johnson icing the kicker. The first one went in. He got the practice round. He got the practice kick in there. And timeout, it went in, didn't count, kicked it again, missed it before half. And, might have had overtime. Also missed one towards the end. It was windy. Cairo Santos was hitting them all night. Missed extra point. 2 missed field goals. So that brings the question in, is this on Brandon McManus or is this on Matt LaFleur? I have been a big Matt LaFleur fan since he joined the Packers. And time and time again, we lose these playoff games. And I mean, it's not just Matt LaFleur. It was with Aaron Rodgers when we still had Mike McCarthy. We have one Super Bowl, and I'm using a lot of we's, a lot of first-person pronouns because I am invested in this team. I am a lifelong fan. Chad Clifton was the one coming out of Martin, Tennessee. Got to go see some games up there and sit in the box and all that. Stay at his house. Real cool as a kid. Thought it was normal. Haven't been since to Lambeau Field. Yeah, is this on Brandon McManus or Matt LaFleur? And quite a compelling case for both in this one. Start off in the first quarter, Chicago, 16 plays, 59 yards on the opening drive. A lot of bend but don't break from the Green Bay defense early on, and they finally broke later on, held them to a field goal, 27-yard field goal, good by Cairo Santos in the wind, the same wind that Brandon McManus was kicking in tonight. Green Bay answered 9 plays, 85 yards, 7-yard touchdown pass to Christian Watson to take a 7-3 lead. Feeling good. Now, Chicago on the next drive, still in the first quarter here. They got a 4th and 2 conversion at the start of the second quarter, and 4 plays later, another 4th down. Going for it on 4th down, the Bears did it time and time again all night. They were trying not to settle for field goals, although they did settle for 3 in their, the first 3 times they scored, they were all field goals. Anyways, interception, felt good about it, especially with another 10-play, 87-yard drive, 18-yard touchdown pass to Jaden Reed to break in the second quarter for Green Bay. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and Chicago turnover on downs on the next drive at their own 32. I'm like, man, if we can score a touchdown right here, I might have to change my britches, if you get what I'm saying. My stomach wasn't hurting. Let's just say that. Turnover on downs at their own 32. Green Bay gets it. 4th and 1, pass to Watson. He goes airborne into the end zone. Fumbles. Didn't realize this was a rule, but apparently if it's 4th down and you fumble the ball forward, it doesn't matter where. It matters that you recover the fumble, obviously, but it doesn't matter where because the ball is ruled down at the spot of the fumble. Never heard of that rule. Didn't really matter because we were still set up for a 1-yard touchdown pass to Romeo Doubs. 21-3 in the second quarter. Under 2 minutes to go. 1:56 to be exact. Chicago, another turnover on downs in that drive. 32 seconds left. Green Bay sets up for a 55-yard field goal at the end of the half. This is the one that I was feeling like if we make it good, add to the cushion. If we miss it, a free chance at points, basically. And it went in the first time. Ben Johnson called the timeout. Good call for him to do that. And iced the kicker going into the second half. And this is a point in the game where when we did miss it, especially after the timeout, if it was just the first attempt and he missed it, I don't think I'd have the same feeling about this. But I kind of felt that with the timeout, there was going to be some problems scoring going forward. And that's exactly what happened. Although first half, 21-3, can't really ask for a better half, especially in the playoff game, playoff atmosphere on the road, bitter rival. Oldest rivalry in sports. Jordan Love, 10 of 16 at halftime, 155 yards, 3 touchdowns. Caleb Williams, 8 of 17, 78 yards, and an interception. TDs to Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed. Love was dicing them up. How long ago that seems. That seems like ages. Ages. And as I was alluding to, it was tough for Green Bay to score. It was tough for Green Bay to even move the ball. They do get the ball back in the second half, and 3 and out, punt. Chicago, 8 plays, 48 yards, a field goal. Last play, Caleb Williams was on the field, tweaks his right ankle. I'm like, I'm not one to wish for injuries. I'm not one, but it raised my eyebrow. I was like, is this Is this just something he can play through? How bad is it? Obviously, he's going to come back on the field. But a 34-yard field goal, good by Cairo Santos. 21-6 was the score at that point. And yet another 3-and-out for Green Bay when they get the ball back. Punt, Chicago has the momentum, and they take the ball 9 plays, 76 yards, and set up for a 4th-and-1 interception by Tyron Hopper. Ball at the Green Bay 9. So it's one of those things where Chicago had the momentum, looked like we were able to shut them up, and let's just get a long sustained drive, start milking this clock, and it's still third quarter, but assert your dominance. We were running decently in the first half. Jordan Love was picking them apart, but they made some adjustments, and I know that's kind of hearsay, but it's kind of more coach speak, because I've also heard coaches say that there's not even enough time in halftime to actually, or maybe that was Peyton Manning that said that. There's not really enough time to make adjustments in the second or at halftime going into the second half, especially when a coordinator's up in the box. They got to get down. They got to meet for 2 minutes before they have to get back on the field and warm up. So it's one of those things where it looked like Chicago did make some adjustments. The pressure, we were not able to hold off throughout the whole second half pretty much. And so we get the Green Bay gets the ball back. They do have to punt, but it was kind of we did pick up a first down, and we had to do so by getting the ball to, you guessed it, Darian Kennard, a 6-yard catch, but he did fumble, and it went out of bounds. Able to pick up a first down after that. That was kind of a crazy play. But we did have to punt after that. Another punt. And this time, a 37-yard punt return from Devin Duvernay gives Chicago pretty good field position going into the fourth quarter. Kyle Monangai picks up a big third down conversion, 3rd and 4. Picks up the first. And then 3 plays later, Lucas Van Ness, a big sack on 3rd and 10 that moves him back a little bit. Caleb Williams fumbles the ball, not able to jump on it. We saw that time and time again with Green Bay tonight. A couple what we thought were fumbles ended up being incompletions to Colson Loveland. But if it was a catch and fumble, didn't matter because we weren't jumping on the ball. We weren't able to get to it. Man, this is heartbreaking. Cairo Santos, 51-yard field goal. Good. 51. Keep that in mind. 21-9 was the score. Green Bay, another 3-and-out. Another punt. Matt LaFleur, what are we doing? Why can't we block the front 7? Why can't we get a completion? Why can't we run the ball? Why can't we do anything? We have Matthew Golden, no touchdown passes all season, not getting him the ball. What are we doing? Wink, wink. Foreshadowing. So we punted again. 4th straight punt. 3 of them were 3-and-outs. Hey, appreciate the sub. Appreciate the sub. Not the Scribalo. Appreciate that, Describalo. Always next year. Yes, I'm a fool. I will be coming back. I will be looking forward to next year. This one hurts. Appreciate the sub, though. Welcome to the fam. But, yeah. So, 51-yard field goal. Good by Cairo Santos. I lost my spot in my notes. Let me find it. It was 21-9. Another 3-and-out. 4th straight punt for Green Bay. Chicago gets the ball 7 plays, 66 yards. And this is where they break into the end zone. They break the seal right here in the fourth quarter. 5-yard touchdown run by DeAndre Swift. That was set up by 2 catches for 43 yards total by Colson Loveland. He started turning it up in the fourth quarter. I don't know why we could not cover a tight end. Why? And this is also one of those things. You look back in the Carolina Panthers game earlier in the year, we lose 16-13, but we lose more than just the game. We lost Tucker Kraft, our explosive tight end that we have. Green Bay's injuries this year, no excuse. You're set up. You make it to the playoffs. 21-3 at halftime. Oh, I'm getting choked up. So, yeah, 5-yard touchdown run by DeAndre Swift. But it's not all bad. Green Bay's looking good. Kick return by Josh Jacobs, first ever in his career. He fumbles it. Somehow we fall on this fumble. Great job by Oladapo to reach out and grab it, snag it, pull it in. And then 6 plays later, 54 yards later, it's a 23-yard touchdown pass. First of his career, rookie Matthew Golden. Golden looked good tonight. 3 catches, 40 yards by Dobbs on that drive to set up the 23-yard touchdown. But, as Jacob alluded to, and then the kicker. Shout out to the chat. I can't even keep up with it. We're commenting a lot tonight. I really appreciate it. But yeah, missed the extra point. Brandon McManus, he missed the kick before halftime, misses an extra point. And this is where now we've got 4 points not on the board. It should be 31-16, or it could be 31-16. At least needed to be 28-16 with 6:36 left in the fourth quarter. Chicago sets up with a big drive. They're down to 4th and 8, and Green Bay can't get a stop. 27-yard first down conversion pass to Rome Odunze. And then another 3rd down, 10 yards to go, picked up by Kyle Monangai. Checked down out of the backfield for 22 yards. 27 yards let up on 4th and 8. 22 yards let up on 3rd and 10. And then an 8-yard touchdown pass to Zacchaeus. A 2-point conversion to Colson Loveland. And ladies and gentlemen, it's 27-24. Got that feeling in my throat. Got that gulp. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You know what I was saying. Green Bay up 3. Big drive. 34-yard pass to Romeo Doubs on 2nd and 8. Another big catch from Matthew Golden for 12 yards. Another first down. Chicago ends up bowing up. It was a bend but don't break effort from Chicago on this drive. 44-yard field goal. You hit it, it's 30-24. 30-24. All we got to do is hit this, and I guess it didn't really end up mattering at the end, but doesn't matter because he missed it. 44-yard field goal missed by Brandon McManus. 7 points left on the field from our kicker. Keep in mind, substitute teacher that we cut, who does hold the franchise record for longest field goal this season in the 1 or 2 games that he played. I'll get to the Rams and Panthers in a minute. I guess. Season's over. Season's over. I knew it at this point. Caleb Williams coming into the game. 6 games that they've won in the last 2 minutes. 6 games. And they did it to me. And I'm going to say this number once just because it is part of the recap. I'm saying it once. I'm not going to say it again. But keep in mind, it was a 6-play, 66-yard touchdown drive that ended the Packers season. 25-yard touchdown pass to DJ Moore, wide open. Good play call, good design, wide open in the end zone. Streaking down the sideline. Chicago takes a 31-27 lead. Each team 1 timeout left. Green Bay with the ball. 1:36 on the clock. Look around. Snow flurries start coming down. There was a big, looked like snowstorm that blew through about an hour before kickoff. Couldn't tell on the field before the game as it started, but the snow flurries are back. This is where legends are made. Jordan Love. 1:36, 1 timeout. What are you going to do? Need a touchdown. Green Bay, 3-yard catch by Josh Jacobs. 2 straight incompletions after that. We're looking at 4th and 7. Who comes through for Green Bay? 13-yard pass by Matthew Golden. Followed by, a couple plays later, big play to Jaden Reed. But on that big play, Sean Ryan goes down as the Packers center. 22 seconds left. New center comes into the game with 22 seconds left. Foreshadowing. Let's just fast forward to the last play. 7 seconds on the clock. Need a touchdown. Nothing else will cover. Or nothing else will do. Honestly, with the line being -1.5 for Green Bay, nothing else will cover other than a touchdown. Fumbled snap. Chicago rushing 3 down linemen. Jordan Love has all the time in the world. Not as much time, honestly, as it looked like. He was kind of having to move around and evade some guys, fill some running lanes, and just had to throw it in the end zone. Incomplete. Game over. Zeros on the clock. Green Bay falls to Chicago in the playoffs for the first time since Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor, you heard me. Only I think it was the third matchup in the postseason all time. Green Bay was 9-3-1. Green Bay lost 5 straight games. Green Bay did not win a game without Micah Parsons this year. Defense did look bad. I mean, I think Chicago's offense is really good. I think their defense is pretty bad, although they're very good at oh no. Why would I want to make this bet, Jacob? Next year, let's make a bet. If you lose, you got to wear a Caleb Williams Bears USC mashup jersey. Do I got to paint my nails too, buddy? Because I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Caleb Williams, fantastic. Just what Chicago fans thought they were getting when they drafted the guy. Chicago beats Green Bay 31-27. Green Bay with an 18-point lead at halftime. Oh, I get to choose what you wear? I like that. With the earrings and nose ring, I'm not getting anything pierced. Anything. I'm not getting it pierced. Anything. I get to choose what you wear, though. What about a G-string, Speedo type thing? And Green Bay played Chicago twice in the season, not guaranteed a match in the playoffs, so I'm not exactly sure how we would choose to run that bet. But anyways, that's not important. Green Bay loses. Again, shout out to Scotty. Shout out to Jason Swain. Congratulations. The thing that really makes me mad, you want to hear it? It's not that Caleb Williams beat Green Bay again. It's not that Ben Johnson beat Green Bay twice this year after saying in the preseason that it was really fun being at Detroit and beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. He said that, and he did it. Needed 3 games to do it, but he did it. Nothing I can say, but that's not what makes me mad. It's not the 7 points left on the board or left off the board on the field by Brandon McManus. It's not that. It's not Matt LaFleur not being able to pick up a first down, call a play to pick up a first down through the whole second half. It's not that. The thing that makes me mad is that the cheese grater hats are going to be a thing now. They're going to stick. There were fans in the stands with actual cheese and cheese graters grating actual cheese. If I was the people sitting in front of them, I would have slapped them. Getting cheese all over me. You grate cheese, it's still cheese. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I get the cheese head. I get you know what I'm saying. Packers lose to the Bears 31-27 tonight. I thought I was going to get on here and vent and really feel better about myself after I got done talking about the game, see some positives. Jordan Love is a positive. Matthew Golden is a positive. Not having Micah Parsons tonight is technically a positive. We can hang our hat on that. Didn't have our guy. Didn't have one. Agent Zero came to life. Matthew Golden. Christian Watson made big plays. Touchdown. Romeo Doubs with a bunch of big plays. Bunch of big catches. How is an actual cheese grater allowed past security? That's a great question. It is Chicago. But that's a great question. I thought I was going to feel better about myself. I don't. Maybe I should have changed my britches at halftime. You know? What could I have done better is what I'm asking myself. As a fan, what could I have done to help Matt LaFleur, to help Brandon McManus? He needed it. We should have had 34 points on the board. At least 31. At least. Jacob saying confirmed Harbaugh to the Packers. Now, there have been talks this week about Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay front office meeting after the season, whenever that time comes, after the season, to agree on a contract extension, basically, is what I was getting. That these next 4 quarters, this Chicago game shouldn't really deter anything with those contract negotiations. Let me ask ChatGPT what Matt LaFleur's record is in the playoffs, because he's very good in the regular season. He's a very good offensive mind. What is Matt LaFleur's playoff record with Green Bay? Let's see. Let's just see. Let's just see. I'm doing some math. 1-3, 2-4, 3-5, 3-6 now. 3-6. 3-6. Got a couple wins over the Rams, I think. You got the loss to Tampa Bay in the NFC Championship game. Lost to San Francisco in the NFC Divisional round. 2 bad losses. Young coach, bad losses. You get a win at Dallas a couple years ago. Man. This game kind of felt like that game in the first half. Then you lose to San Francisco. It's good. It's fine. 3-point loss at San Francisco. Youngest team in the NFL. Whatever. Last year, you lose to the Super Bowl champions, Philly. This year, you get to play the Bears in the playoffs. Up 21-3 at halftime. Score 6 points in the second half. Should have been 7. Scored 6 points in the second half. Now, if you want to put the blame on Brandon McManus tonight, you can also put the blame on Matt LaFleur as being one of the decision makers for the team going forward with Brandon McManus and a bum hamstring and letting go the franchise record holder for the longest field goal, Brandon Havlicek. I think that's his name. He wasn't on the team long enough for me to learn his name, but he is in the record books, and we let him walk. And we have 7 points on the board that could have been if our kicker could just kick in the uprights. You see that? You see that? Right there? You see that? Kickers have not been my thing this year. That's all I'll say about that. And, wrapping it up. Bears 31, Packers 27. Blowing this lead is your payback for saying Dez did not catch it. I don't see how that correlates. Dez dropped the ball. Let's go get Mike McDaniel as offensive coordinator. Let him call plays. Let's let Matt LaFleur sit back, give the reins to somebody else. Let Jeff Hafley, hopefully he stays in this offseason progress with all the coaching changes as defensive coordinator. Let's let Hafley stay. Get Mike McDaniel offensive coordinator. Matt LaFleur can keep his job as long as he gives up play calling duties and has somebody else to ask questions to whenever it comes to what should we do here. Because I think that's something that he runs into quite a bit. And he just doesn't know what the right answer is. And we need a guy that can find the right answer. And we didn't have it tonight. We didn't have it. Now this comes after a banger earlier today. The line was 10.5. The Rams squeak out. 34-31. Chat, let's hear some reactions. Let's get off of Green Bay. Let's get off of the Chicago Bears. Let's go back to some exciting football. Unbiased football. Rams 34, Panthers 31. Matt Stafford 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. I mean, they started hot. They started hot. Panthers got the ball to begin the game. Turnover on downs. Rams took 4 plays, 45 yards, and a 14-yard touchdown pass to Puka. 7-0 lead. Carolina punts. The Rams punt. Carolina's moving the ball, but Bryce Young throws an interception. Jalen Coker stopped on his route. Young was leading him. Young put some spin on the ball. Coker was supposed to be there and he wasn't. Interception. Not really Young's fault, in my opinion. Very next drive into the second quarter for Los Angeles. Puka Nacua touchdown, 7 plays, 48 yards, and a 5-yard touchdown. It's called a run, but it's one of those behind the line of scrimmage passes, bubble screen type thing, if I remember correctly. Regardless, another touchdown for Puka, 14-0 lead for the Rams. And then Carolina got the ball in 7 plays, 65 yards later. A 1-yard touchdown run by Chuba Hubbard, 14-7. Los Angeles with the lead. And they kick another field goal, or kick their first field goal after 37 yards on 6 plays. 46-yard field goal. Good by the Rams. Hey, I don't think the Rams kicker missed any kicks today. Wait, hold on. What's this score? 34-31, are you kidding me? So you're telling me if Brandon McManus made his kicks tonight, Green Bay would have won 34-31. Man, lucky for the Rams to have a good kicker. Pisses me off. I'm stewing. I'm in the stew and I'm stewing. Anyways, 17-7 lead for Los Angeles. And this is kind of where Matt Stafford seemed to, I think this is the point in the game where he kind of hit his hand throwing the ball on a defender. Luckily, it wasn't on a helmet, but it was more of somebody else's hand kind of catching him. But Los Angeles kind of seemed to struggle from here on. Carolina does get held to force a punt, and the Rams punt as well. Back-to-back punts for each team, but this one was muffed by Trevor Etienne, and the Rams get the ball around the red zone area and get held to a turnover on downs, so not able to capitalize on a muffed punt for Los Angeles. Carolina gets the ball at the spot, and 5 plays, 81 yards later, it's 17-14 after a 16-yard touchdown run by Bryce Young. Able to keep the play alive, scramble up the middle, and find the end zone for Mr. Young. This was set up on this drive. 81 yards is a lot on 5 plays, but it was a 28-yard pass interference that was intended for Jalen Coker, and then a 37-yard pass to Jalen Coker, and that set up Bryce Young for that 16-yard touchdown run. The Rams get the ball. Little bit time left on the clock, get held to a punt. So at half, after Carolina knees the ball, it goes into halftime 17-14 Los Angeles. They started off 14-0. And like I said, Stafford hit his hand on a throw in the second quarter. Really seemed to stunt his performance a little bit. There was 1 point with 7 incompletions in a row from Matthew Stafford. His most as a Los Angeles Ram, which I felt was pretty interesting. That's honestly pretty impressive. Young and the Panthers did enough to stay in it in the first half, and honestly, after they needed only being down 3 after starting off down 14, kind of felt like they were winning. They were doing what they had to do to stay in this game. And the Rams get the ball back at the start of the half and get held to a 3-and-out. They got a punt. Carolina, good drive. 13 plays, 59 yards, set up a 46-yard field goal by, I didn't write his name down. Carolina ties it at 17. The Rams, another field goal for them. Like I said, kind of struggling to score the ball. They're moving a little bit. 9 plays, 42 yards, and a 42-yard field goal was good for Los Angeles to make the score 20-17. Carolina, 4 plays later, turnover on downs. The Rams get the ball back. Matt Stafford intended a pass for Devontae Adams. It was picked by Mike Jackson. I'm sorry, Mike Jackson. That's a bad joke. It's a bad joke. Carolina gets the ball after the interception. 4 plays, 62 yards later. It was set up with a 52-yard pass to Jalen Coker. Outstanding performance from Coker in this game. That one came on the second play of the drive to end the third quarter. After that, 2 plays later, Chuba Hubbard, another touchdown run. This one was 3 yards out. And Carolina takes their first lead of the game, 24-20, outscoring Los Angeles 24-6 at this point in the game. And shout out Greg Olsen, made a great call in the booth at right before this play. He said Carolina went out and spent some money on 2 guards where they could use them for times like this when you're on the goal line. Just run it up the middle, shove it down their throats, and score. And that's exactly what they did. Shout out Greg Olsen. Going into the fourth quarter, the Rams get the ball. Kyren Williams gets a touchdown. It was 11 plays, 67-yard drive, and a 13-yard touchdown pass to Kyren Williams. Have him in a touchdown parlay this weekend, so that's still alive. And Los Angeles takes the lead back, 27-24. Carolina forced to a punt. Los Angeles Rams get held to a punt after 5 plays. This one gets blocked. A blocked punt for Carolina, and 5 plays later, 40 yards down the field, it's a 7-yard touchdown pass to, again, Jalen Coker. This guy in his second year went undrafted, making a name for himself. He's going to be getting some money going into the next couple years. 31-27 lead for Carolina. Now, it's crunch time. It's winning time for Matt Stafford, and that's exactly what he did. 7 plays, 71 yards. It is a 19-yard touchdown pass to Cody Parkinson to take a 34-31 lead. And Carolina gets the ball at the 28 after the kick return. 3 straight incompletions, 4th and 10, game on the line. Pass was dropped by Jimmy Horn, and the Rams knee it out, win 34-31. Should have been the Packers score. Could have been the Packers score if we had a kicker. And we didn't tonight. Now, Brandon McManus has made quite a few kicks in the last couple years for Green Bay in his second year with the team. But as a kicker, you got to be mentally strong. You got to be a dog. You got to be a dog. And McManus he's not a dog when it comes down to it at the end of the day. He was very reliable there for a while, but yeah. I don't mean to get back on my soapbox for the Green Bay game, but a great win for Los Angeles. Backs against the wall in this game. 10.5-point favorites. A lot of points. Carolina almost won this game outright. Probably should have won this game outright, but just not quite there just yet for Carolina. We'll see in the next year or two if they can make some noise in the NFC South. Obviously, they won the division on a 3-way tiebreaker with Tampa Bay and Atlanta. So probably shouldn't have been here, but they're here. They tried to make the most of it. They almost came away with a win, but Matt Stafford, I mean, I don't know if he's still leading the MVP talks or if it's Drake May at this point after the last couple of weeks from Stafford throwing some picks, but I mean, Matt Stafford, man. Matt Stafford. The Rams are going to learn from this. They're going to go on the road again next week, and they're probably going to win whoever they play. Might be the Bears. Right now it could be Seattle. They would need, for them to play the Bears, they would need the 49ers to beat the Eagles tomorrow. I'm kind of leaning Philly in that one. If that were to be the case, it would be, let's just pull up the bracket actually. Hold on. I got it right here. Why not? I spent some time on it. So yeah, the Rams advance over the Panthers in the bottom left. Bears over the Packers in the bottom right, or top right. Excuse me, top left. Jeez, I'll get it right in a second. So we got the 49ers and Eagles tomorrow at 4:30 on Fox. If the 49ers win, they will move on to play Seattle, and it'll be the Rams at the Bears. If the Eagles win, they will play Chicago. Seattle gets LA. So that'll be the NFC divisional round next week. And we got 2 AFC games tomorrow. That'll start off the day with the Bills at the Jags at 1 o'clock. Still pick 'em favorites for Buffalo in that one. And then the 49ers and Eagles at 4:30. Chargers, Patriots, Sunday Night Football tomorrow. And Texans, Steelers on Monday night. So it is not too late to go check out Public Fades, just so you know. It is up. It is running. I have 3 plays for us this week. I break down every game in the wild card slate, but we do have 2 picks tomorrow and 1 pick on Monday night. So still something to look forward to, I guess. Dang, it's 12:30. I didn't even realize that. Time flies when you're not having fun. I'm just joking. I'm having fun. Could be having more fun, but I'm not. I'm having an all right time, I guess. This makes it better, talking to you guys, looking at the chat. Chat's been going off tonight. Shout out to Describalo. Shout out to Describalo for the sub tonight. There is always next year. We'll be back live again tomorrow night, hopefully. I do have to work a double tomorrow, so we'll see. I'm not going to be able to have all my eyes and all 4 of them and my time committed to watching the games. Maybe I can keep up to date. Should be able to keep up to date. But after that, Chargers and Patriots game tomorrow night. Looking to go live again. So, like I said, Rams survive in Carolina. Chicago once again comes back. This time, once again, against the Packers. Second time this year, 7 times total that they've won a game in the last 2 minutes after trailing. Caleb Williams is that guy. Jordan Love is that guy. But Chicago, whether it's the players or the coaches or it's the culture, just everybody involved, they've got some dogs on their team, and Green Bay doesn't have enough. They just don't. Offensive line was banged up. Like I said, no Micah Parsons, no Tucker Kraft. Zach Tom didn't play tonight. He was ruled out in the pregame. We lose Sean Ryan, the center, on the last drive. Green Bay loses 5 in a row and ends their season on a 5-game losing streak. Did not win a game after Micah Parsons went down. He went down when Green Bay was up by 9 at Denver 5 weeks ago. That was after Chicago Chicago came to Green Bay. Green Bay won last second. I mean, these games, it's cool that it is a rivalry again. I really did enjoy the 5 years in a row where we didn't lose to the Bears. I did enjoy the however big the run was going back to Aaron Rodgers. Just absolutely owned the Bears. Aaron Rodgers on this last drive, maybe he wins us the game. I don't know. But I don't put this blame on Jordan Love. I don't put this blame on the weapons we have on the offense, especially out at wide receiver. Our offensive line's been banged up all year. It's just kind of a makeshift. We were as healthy as we've been probably since the bye week. We had a bye week in week 5, by the way. That may play a part in the injuries. I don't know. Tried to rest our starters last week against Minnesota. And don't lie to your fans. What did I lie about? Remind me. I don't remember. I try not to lie. I really do. Sometimes my emotions get the best of me. But yeah, I'll wait on that reply. And having fun. Yeah, I'm having fun, I guess. I am having fun. All right. But yeah, I'll go ahead and wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. Had to get some things off my chest. Don't feel better about it. I don't. But it is what it is. There is always next year. I am a sucker. I will come back. I will have a lot to look forward to. Micah Parsons might come back better than ever. Jordan Love will have another offseason of getting better and smarter and more accurate and a lot more highlights. But I mean, it's been fun. It's been real and it's been fun. But this season proved that it wasn't real fun. It wasn't, especially in the last 2 months. But I will go ahead and start wrapping it up, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, go check out Public Fades. We got 3 plays this weekend still to come. I go over every wild card game on the slate. And I'm going to be looking for a big day tomorrow for Public Fades. We got the Bills and Jags game, 49ers at the Eagles, and then capping off tomorrow with the Chargers at the Patriots before we have all eyes on Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Monday Night Football, Texans at the Steelers. And like I said, Monday Night Football, Steelers are 22-0 hosting Monday Night Football since 1993 or something like that. It's crazy. So kind of a hint into where I'm leaning in that game. But go check out Public Fades for all the picks. And appreciate everybody watching. Planning to go live again tomorrow night. So stay tuned for that. May go live for $1 Million Radio on Monday. Might save it for Monday night. I'll have to get with Jacob and Griffin and see what the boys want to do. But thanks for watching. And as always, even if the Packers aren't playing, even if the season's over, we'll see you next time.